Hello, friends,
Hi, you
and
guys.
not friends. Are we all friends? We
I
should
think
all be
we're all
friends.
friends.
Okay, I've
Because you know
decided
what
right
friends
now that
do?
we're all friends.
We're all friends. You know what friends do, though? They ask you how you are.
And you know what other friends do? They answer the question.
Yeah. So answer the goddamn question. Is this going to
Oh my
be like a
god.
threat every single time?
Yeah,
I'm just
I'm
like,
gonna like, I'm gonna like record a video of just myself, and it's gonna be like one of those like super like slow burn, really quiet, super close up threat videos.
I love that.
And I'm gonna post it on our Instagram.
That's so funny. Do it, please.
Oh my god. Maybe tomorrow when I don't have to work.
There you
If I
go. I think that's
remember.
a good idea.
That's okay. Um,
That's funny.
yeah.
We should make like a
Hi.
compilation of all the times we've asked, how are you?
Well, that would just me be what blah, English. Wow, it's so amazing. We're not here to do things that require us to speak a
I know.
language. Um,
Specifically the, English, which we're speaking right now.
did you did you look at the Instagram post?
Yeah. Oh my God. That thing is cursed. Honestly, when I swiped, I was
Oh
like,
my god,
what the fuck is that?
that's the pineapple.
I know what it is. This is just like,
He
why?
says, "Je suis une nana."
I don't like it.
Oh my god, the theme song is catchy though. Did you listen to it? It's great.
Oh, sorry. No, I did not. I'll have to do that later.
It's on the third slide.
Okay. I'll do
Yeah,
that.
it's great. I love it.
Love
And
that.
like the cartoon version of the talking pineapple is totally fine. But then whatever that monstrosity is that they decided to put in the show is just insane. I
Too
cannot
much.
fucking
That's too
deal with it.
much, man.
Oh my god. If any of you have not seen the post in which I'm talking about, it's on our Instagram with the episode 27 uh, title page is the first photo. And then you scroll over, but you've been warned that it's a very cursed pineapple photo.
Yeah. It's pretty funny, though, to be honest.
Yeah, people that do and do not like pineapple on pizza can all come together and agree that that pineapple does not belong anywhere.
Yes, agreed. Yeah. Dang.
Um, yeah.
Are
What's
you
today?
guys?
Today is October 8th, technically,
Yes.
by the time
Technically.
any of you are going to be able to listen to this,
Mm-hmm.
even though it's much earlier than that
It
when
is.
this is being recorded because we are time travelers, as we've established.
We are, yeah. I was gonna be like, don't tell them about it, Link, but we've already talked to you guys about the time travel.
Right, exactly. That's
Yeah.
okay. If anyone tells our secrets, we'll just go back in time and smack them upside the head, make them forget.
Yeah, exactly. Like Men in Black, the little like light memories wiper thing.
Yeah. Oh, what the hell is that thing called?
I don't know.
Um, it's I know what it's called, and it's gonna bug me now until I remember what it's called. Fuck! Why did you have to do this to me? Hold on.
Sorry.
It is it like my god. I want to say
Hold
it's
on.
like
I can hear you typing it. So
shush.
look it up.
It's neuralizer. That's what it's called.
Oh.
See, that's what I thought it was, but at the same time, I was like, no, that doesn't sound like that's right.
Look at you. You're
Why would
so
I ever be
smart.
right on my first guess? Never.
I mean, but you
Anyway.
were. Anyways, time for some get to know you questions as per usual.
All right.
So what is the last movie you saw in theaters?
Um, that is an amazing question that I really have to think about because I have not been to the movies in so long. I want to say it was the Barbie movie.
Oh, okay, nice.
I could be
I
wrong. What's come out since the Barbie movie?
I don't pay attention to movies very much, except like I don't really pay attention, to
Eh,
be honest.
I think that was probably the last one that I had gone to. It
Okay.
was great. I loved it.
Love that. I actually still need to see it.
You haven't seen it yet? Oh, it's amazing.
No. I have heard really good things. I mean to watch it, I just haven't. Um, but then the last movie I have seen was Deadpool and Wolverine
Nice.
when I visited my dad.
I have not seen that. I haven't even seen the
It's
first
really good.
Deadpool movie. I saw the second one
I
though.
know, that's so weird. Honestly,
Um,
so weird. Like, the first one is top tier,
Listen,
highly
I
recommend.
as much as I love Ryan Reynolds, because how can you not? Um, I am so out of touch with Marvel movies. It's kind of ridiculous. Um, but I was dragged to the theaters to watch the second one, so
I know.
I saw it. Yeah. Um,
Well, maybe I'll have to,
Literally
like, just.
looking at my email, like to see what the last tickets I bought were.
Oh my god. It probably was the Barbie movie if it's been that long.
When the fuck did that even come out? It was
I don't
last year
know.
sometime.
Was it? Has it really been that long?
Well, I went with my former roommate,
Mmm.
so yeah, it has to have been at least last fall,
Wow.
right? I
I
know.
really didn't realize it was that long ago.
Yeah, it sure was. That doesn't seem like a really long time ago, but because like I don't have anybody to go to the movies with now, and I don't want to go by myself.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Right. So
Because, like, same, I don't go to the movies by myself, really. I thought about it for, like, Lisa Frankenstein,
yeah,
but I was also like, do I really want to spend, like, $20 to watch this movie in theaters alone?
right.
No, I don't.
So what's crazy is that I found the an email that said, um, "Your free digital movie rental is here. We hope you enjoyed yesterday's show," which means that I went to the movies the day before, but I don't have an email from the day before,
Weird.
which means that I must have. Oh, it wasn't the Barbie movie. It was the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, nice.
That was the last movie that I saw.
Okay.
It was so good. I really enjoyed that movie.
Awesome. I
That
love
was
that.
last September that
Oh,
I saw
okay.
that. So it's been over a year since I've been to the movies.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, fair. It's
Wait, then
expensive to
when the
go
hell did
anymore.
Barbie come out then?
Yeah, when did Barbie come out? Did you buy the ticket yourself?
I think so. It came out in July of last year. Why did I think it was later in the
Wow.
year? Oh my god.
That's
And so I saw
crazy.
that last probably August, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Right? But no, the Ninja Turtles movie was actually really good.
So I've heard.
Much less creepy than the one before it. The like live
That's
action
good.
one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
something.
It certainly was.
Yeah. I remember I used to have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles video game
Mm-hmm.
on, I want to say, my PS2.
Nice.
It was so much fun. I love that game.
Love that.
I wish I could play it
Actually,
right now.
yeah. I actually really enjoy the Mutant Ninja Turtle event in Fortnite.
Me too.
I actually really enjoyed it.
Same. I loved the freaking. Well, Donnie's always been my favorite, so the
Mm-hmm.
bow staff was my jam.
Yeah, that's fair. Um, On to the next question, though. How do you take your coffee or tea?
That's kind of a loaded question because there are many, many answers to this question. So, how do I take my coffee? The simplest answer is iced
Okay,
because I don't enjoy hot coffee.
that's fair. I don't really either.
If I'm going to have a hot coffee, 3 cream and 3 sugar. But I usually prefer it to be iced.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm on a cold brew thing lately. I love cold brew.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Obviously, lately it's been the pumpkin spice cold brew at Starbucks
Yum.
with cinnamon dolce syrup added to
Ooh,
it.
that sounds like it'd be really good.
It's so good. I love it. And also the roasted hazelnut cold brew at Tim Hortons is really good.
Nice.
Yeah. As for tea, it depends on what kind of tea, but usually just 2 or 3 sugar.
Fair.
Yeah.
I personally I'm not like a huge fan of coffee. It like upsets my stomach immediately. So I usually like frappuccinos,
Frappuccinos
which
are good.
barely has any coffee in it.
Right, but you can also do cream-based frappuccinos, so you don't have to have any coffee.
Yeah, true. Well, that amount of coffee doesn't bother my stomach, but like having a cup of coffee with like adding in creamer and stuff, because I usually like to do like the really sweet creamers,
Yeah.
to like dilute it and make it obviously a little colder and then just taste better in my opinion. But it's just my stomach with that much coffee, it makes my stomach upset. But the amount from frappuccinos doesn't, and then tea, or I'll take it iced. Um, And then my tea, I just like some sugar in it, or a chai tea.
Yeah. My favorite tea is apple cinnamon.
Ooh, that sounds
I
good.
love apple cinnamon tea. It's so good.
I've tried this like passion fruit one. I don't remember where it was, but like it genuinely was probably the best tasting tea that I've had
Yeah.
without anything else in it.
I also love iced tea.
Oh yeah, me too.
Oh my god. You know what's really good is iced peach green tea.
Ooh,
I mean,
that
hot
sounds
peach green
good.
tea is also really good. I do love a good green tea. But it has to be a flavored green tea. I don't like usually just plain green tea, but I like tropical flavored green teas, so like peach. Mango green tea is really good.
Ooh, yeah, I bet.
Um, I had this like blueberry tea a while ago. It was really good. But my favorite will
Nice.
always be, if it's not iced tea, then if it's a hot tea, then apple cinnamon
Yum.
is my favorite.
Fair.
Yeah.
Love that.
Right? And
You know
it's
what's
almost
crazy?
tea season.
It is almost tea season. Do you want to know
What's
something
crazy?
crazy though? I was literally walking ghost earlier, and I don't know why this fly had some fascination with me all of a sudden, but literally flew straight into my it was not into my mouth, but like flew straight at me and like bumped into my like lip, and I was like, who the fuck? Like, I'm like, the audacity of this fly right now. And I'm like, you have no business being around me like this. I'm like, why are you like this brazen? It was pretty wild.
I'm telling you, the insects are getting bold. They're getting
I
ready to take
know.
over the world.
They might be actually. Like I had like an earwig in my bathroom this morning.
Uh,
I looked up and it's
fuck.
just sitting on the wall. So
Stop.
obviously I crush it. And I'm like, ew,
Oh,
where did you come from?
well, because there was a fucking spider in my bathroom the other day, and I almost cried.
Fair.
Because
I
like it was the middle of the night. I was not wearing shoes. I didn't have anything to kill it with,
mm,
so I low-key used one of my roommate's bottles of lotion to kill it.
okay, honestly, the amount of things that
Oh
I've
my
used
god.
in my bathroom to kill things is crazy. I've used my bottle of Nair, my empty bottle of perfume, my dad's shampoo that he left when he had stopped visiting here. Um my bottle of shampoo. Um let's see. I usually use the Nair though cuz it's like the most flat on the cap.
Yeah.
And so if I like cuz then the perfume bottle on the bottom it's like indented just a little bit and I'm like
Right.
I could see a spider like flattening its body and then I have to deal with the fact that it's now knowing I'm trying to kill it and it will try and
Right.
run
See,
away.
I missed the spider the first couple times because it was so. Listen, it was on. We have this like shelving unit thing that's like fits above the toilet, and like
Mhm.
the like pulls in it are round,
Mhm.
and so obviously, and that's what it was on. So it's not. It wasn't on a flat surface that I could hit it easily with, and I kept missing, and I was freaking out,
That's so funny and
and like,
terrible at the
oh my
same
god.
time.
I legitimately wanted to cry.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah.
We survived.
True.
We won the battle. We have not won the war yet, though.
No, the war I feel like is never ending, unfortunately.
Right. Exactly.
But you can just keep winning the small battles.
Yeah. Although I did lose one last
Oh,
week. There was a spider and I tried to kill it and I missed it. And then it disappeared and I have not seen it since and I'm kind of freaking out about it.
I mean, it's probably left, or it's hiding, or it died.
I don't know.
That jumping spider that literally crawled across my laptop and then, like, turned and looked at me, and then I lost it in my closet. I'm scared it knows my face and that I tried to kill it.
God.
I'm also pretty
Yeah.
sure that it's dead in there now, though. Maybe it
Nice.
left. I
Good.
don't know.
As it should be.
But jumping
Um
spiders are cute. I just don't want it on my
you
laptop. And
were
like,
freaking out. You can
okay, I'm sorry, but if I'm sitting at my laptop and this bitch comes from literally out of nowhere and is crawling across my laptop where my hands are actively at, like, all the time, and then just crawls right up the side of it and then up the side of, like, the laptop screen, and then just casually jumps onto the wire from my Ethernet behind my TV, up onto my poster, all the way across it. I lost her in the hair, and then goes into the fucking closet. And when I try and crush it, it's gone.
I'm telling you, they're like ninjas
A little bit, yeah.
and they're scary.
Yeah. Jumping spiders are cute, but like I still just don't want them in my home or in my space.
Right.
Because then, like, what if they just jump on you? I know
Just like
most
you're
spiders
cute, but
can't.
get out.
Yeah, and I like know most spiders can't actually really like bite you, especially the smaller ones. Like their fangs aren't going to be long enough. But, man, I don't fuck with it.
I don't fuck with them at all. I hate
Yeah.
them. If there are any spiders listening, just know that I hate you.
Wow. Wow. First of all, to think that a spider would be listening, and two,
You don't
to
know.
actually tell them that you hate them.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
They don't know who I am.
What if they're in your
I don't
room
know who I
listening?
am.
That's the most plausible situation of a spider listening to this podcast.
Not necessarily. They could be in somebody else's room when they're listening
Oh, yeah,
to
I
us.
guess that's true if they like have it playing out loud.
Right.
It's a good point.
I bet there's one that's listening along with Cookie right now. Cookie's listening to this.
Yeah. Hi,
Probably.
Cookie.
I know she does listen to them, so I don't know. Cookie, whenever you listen to this, check your surroundings.
There could be a spider.
Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna move on from spiders. And we're gonna go one step further from last week's petty revenge conversation. And we're gonna go nuclear revenge.
I feel like this is more than a couple steps because we just skipped right over professional, but yeah,
There's a professional revenge too.
I think so. Or
I
it's
feel
called
like
pro revenge.
I feel like you kind of have to be a pro to do nuclear revenge.
I think that's true. Yeah, I feel like that
Yeah.
fits.
So that's okay. We're gonna go straight to 11. It's fine.
Love it. Let's do it.
Right. Okay. So OG Sister Midnight says, "Hell hath no fury like two women scorned. Say goodbye to all your stuff."
Oh my god.
15 years ago, I had a boyfriend that I had been with for 6 years. He moved to another city for work while I finished my studies, and then I would move there too. He was apartment hunting and subleasing in the meantime. He came home almost every weekend and during Christmas and New Year's. He found an apartment in January and invited me up to show it to me, and I prepared to move up, looking for a job, looking for new furniture, etc. Late February, I told him it's time to terminate the lease on the apartment in our hometown, and then he suddenly broke up with me. I was shocked and very sad. He collected some clothes and his very expensive PC, which he'd built from scratch. It was his baby. Relatable.
Yeah.
2 weeks later, he updated his profile pic on Facebook to him and another woman kissing. Obviously, they hadn't been dating for only 2 weeks. I called him out on it, and he admitted to having met her 2 months ago. He was at the airport to travel abroad with his buddy for the weekend, so we didn't talk for long. That same evening, I decided to tell the new girlfriend. I managed to find her on Facebook and wrote a message to her. She didn't believe me at first, of course, but I sent her texts, pictures. I described their apartment in detail, which found out was her apartment. When I sent her a private pic that he had sent me with their bedroom clearly visible in the background, she said, "Okay, enough, I believe you." She told me they'd been dating for 8 months, not 2. She'd been in Africa for 2 months in December and January, which would explain why he was able to be with me for 2 weeks over the holidays and why he could invite me to see the apartment. We wrote a lot. He sent us the exact same Valentine's Day text. He'd bought us the exact same Christmas presents, etc. You get the picture.
Wow.
After comparing notes, it was time for revenge. She cut up all of his clothes and left them in a pile on the floor. I told her about the PC and advised her to tear that fucker to pieces. She hacked at it with screwdrivers and hammers, and every piece was beyond saving. When he came home on Sunday, she tossed him out with nowhere to go, but not before showing him all his possessions obliterated. Edit. I need to clarify that legally it was my PC. I had won money on a scratch-off lottery ticket, but since we were living together, I kind of thought of it as ours. Huge mistake.
Wow. And the fact that he actually fucking took it.
Right.
Like, she isn't the one who fucking paid for it.
Oh my god.
And she was with him for 6 years. Can you imagine? He was literally mooching off both of them. He's staying at this other girl's apartment that she's paying for. And then I'm assuming not even living with his 6-year-long girlfriend. If he took her to his apartment. That's wild.
It's funny. The first comment says, as someone who built my PC and spent months researching part compatibility and saved up for it, in brackets, I build a new system once every 7 to 9 years. I can say this. I love my wife dearly.
Oh my god, that's actually funny. Oh my gosh, that timeline though is crazy.
Right? Like, they were together for 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
And he was cheating on her for 8 months.
I know, and then tried to play it off as 2 months.
As 2 months, right.
What an idiot.
And, like, what irks me is the fact that, like, he went through all of the, like, motions of, like, having her be ready to move to a new city with him.
Yeah.
Just to break it off at the very last moment.
Well, I'm assuming while he was going through the process of moving for the other job and, like, apartment hunting and stuff, he probably met the other girl.
Yeah, except that they had met 8 months ago, so there's, like, he was clearly already living with this woman.
Yeah. I don't know. Men do better.
Men are the worst.
Yeah, they are.
You can't take them anywhere.
No, you really can't.
Sorry, men. No offense.
I mean, kind of not sorry, though, because, like, stop being a douche. I mean, obviously not all men, but, like, there's too many to the point where, like, you can literally just say,
yeah,
men kind of suck. Anyways, I have a nuclear revenge story from Balloon Not Bandit, titled "Revenge on an Animal Abuser." And yeah,
Worth
I know,
it.
I'm already on their side. All right. One day I was on my evening walk with my dog, and we came across a small dog standing in the middle of the street shaking. Its hair was matted, had mange, ridden with fleas, one eye swollen and sealed shut with mucus, nails so long it was walking on the back of its paws, malnourished and quivering. I was shocked. I called my wife to bring me a blanket and come pick us up. While I was waiting, the door of the house in front of us opened, and out came a disheveled looking older man. He started calling for the dog to come inside. I absolutely lost it. I screamed at him, asking if it was his dog, and he replied it was. I asked him why it was in such bad shape, and he said, "She's sick and won't eat." I yelled at him there was no fucking way in the world I was letting him take her back inside. The shouting match lasted long enough for a few neighbors to come out, who later told me he had another dog in the house. That's terrible. Eventually, my wife pulls up and I wrap the doggo in a blanket and go home. I looked up the name of our local no-kill shelter, but they were closed until the following day. My wife and I decided to call her Sally. I gave Sally a bath and went and bought some wet food since she wouldn't eat dry kibble. She devoured it. I set her up a nice sleeping area in the garage for her to spend the night. First thing in the morning, I took Sally to the shelter and called animal control and told them about what happened. They went to check her out, took a statement from me, and ended up at his house confiscating his other dog. Unfortunately, Sally was put down due to the horrible shape it was in. She was also very old. That's so sad. Here's where the revenge begins. This old asshole's house was on the route I took to walk my dog twice a day. My dog liked to take a dump about 2 houses before we reached his. Perfect. Now I didn't need to carry bags of shit all the way back to my house. I started tossing them on his roof twice a day.
God.
At first, he would climb a ladder around once a week to get them down, but eventually I broke his will to do that. This went on for about a year before I moved. His roof was covered in shit bags. I also printed out flyers with his address and pictures of how I found Sally and put them in all of the neighbors' mailboxes. I live across town now, but every couple months I ride by and toss a bag of dog shit on his roof to let him know I'm still thinking about Sally.
Oh my God, that
my
poor
Lord.
dog.
I know. Like, top comment says, "Thank you for showing Sally that she was loved." And, like, that's so incredibly sad, but, like, the silver lining is that Sally got to have, like, someone who actually genuinely cared.
Right.
Given a good meal that she enjoyed, and, like, someone who actually gave a shit. And then gave all of the shit to her old owner.
Right. Honestly, I would have aimed for the porch would have been too easy to clean up, I guess.
Yeah, I could have just, like, picked him up easy.
Yeah.
Could you imagine,
the roof
though?
Works.
There must have been no HOA in that neighborhood, because there's no way that an HOA would be okay with you having bags of shit on your roof.
Well, I mean, most places don't have HOAs.
Okay, that's true. I think most of Colorado does, but that's also just...
That's also such an American thing. I've never heard of an HOA in Canada.
Really?
I've never
That's
lived
nice.
anywhere where that's a regular thing.
We just really are the most fucking dumb shits, aren't we? I'm sorry, but I understand HOAs for, like, maintaining property value. But, like...
Some of the freaking, like... Obviously, I feel like they're pretty much all, like, satire at this point. But, like, some of the, like, TikTok videos with, like text screenshots with, like, HOA people and whatever, like, all these stories and stuff, I'm pretty sure that they're exaggerated and fake at this point, but some of them are kind of hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, like, HOA, I feel like anybody who gets involved with an HOA, either there's no in between. It's either they're super chill and, like, there's not really a lot of enforcement with it, or
Right.
they're, like, super crazy up your asshole, like bothering you about fining you for leaving your trash can out, or a stump.
Yeah.
We literally had our HOA tell us that we couldn't have a stump in our backyard. Like,
that's crazy.
What? Why are you poking around in our backyard, first of all?
I feel
nobody
like
can see it from the street.
I would run such a cool HOA.
I feel like I would too. Should
Right?
we just start into, like,
Just
an
have some
HOA
fun.
business together?
Yeah.
and be like
Just
super
like
chill,
have parties and shit.
right? That
Right?
sounds like a
That'd be
good
crazy.
idea. Yeah.
Yeah. See, y'all, if you don't see us for a while, it's because we're running an HOA.
And it'll be the
Oh my
best
god.
HOA. We'll like be reasonable and like actually treat you like a human being, and then, you know, actually like not be douchebags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except the people that deserve it.
Except the people that deserve it.
Write it in the bylaws that people get dog shit roofs for doing shit like
Yeah.
that.
Be like, we will lower the property value of the other houses just to teach you a lesson.
Right. Yeah.
Yup.
Well, that's just what they deserve. Actually, they deserve a lot worse, but
True.
yeah. Um okay. This one I the end of the title seems a bit extreme for the beginning of the title, but at the same time I haven't read this through yet. So, decline to pay me after I help you pass your exam. Have fun getting deported. So, this happened a couple of years ago during COVID when everything was online. A mutual friend, we'll call him D, reached out to me absolutely desperate. He was on the verge of getting deported because he had already failed his coding exam twice. One more failure and he wouldn't be able to stay in the country. He knew I was good at coding and begged me to take the exam for him. He told me how his entire future depended on it, how he had no options left. Feeling a bit sorry for him, I agreed on the condition that he would pay me $500 for doing it. He agreed immediately, so I spent a couple of weeks preparing. The exam was proctored over Zoom when we set it up so that I could control his computer remotely while he pretended to take the exam himself. We pulled it off without a hitch, and he passed the exam. Afterward, we went out for drinks to celebrate. Each paid their own share because I didn't want him deducting anything from what he owed me. Here's where things went downhill. He gave me $100 up front and promised to pay the remaining $400 in a couple of weeks after he sorted out his graduation stuff. Weeks turned into months and he kept dodging me with excuses. After 6 months of this, it became clear he wasn't going to pay me back. I gave him multiple warnings to pay me or I'll report him, but he kept taking it lightly and blocked me. I was
Wow.
pissed. I helped him out and he completely ghosted me after getting what he wanted, so I decided to take matters into my own hands. First, I reported him to his university for academic misconduct. I explained in detail how I was the one who took the exam for him and provided evidence to back it up. They investigated and failed him retroactively, which meant he couldn't graduate. Since his visa was tied to his student status, this basically screwed him over completely. Some context was an anonymous tip-off to the college with a fake email with all of the proof. They called him and gave him a chance to retake the exam on the spot, but he never studied and failed at the most basic stuff. But it didn't end there. He was still living in the country illegally, hoping to somehow fix things. I knew he had no way out, so I anonymously tipped off the authorities, saying there was an illegal immigrant involved in suspicious activity living in my area. They came, found out he was there illegally, and he got deported. Context. As for deport, I felt a bit scared in case he tried to hurt me in some way, so I made sure he never set foot in there again. Now some mutual friends are saying I went too far, that it was a petty move to ruin his entire life over $400. On one hand, I feel like he deserved it for trying to scam me. I wouldn't have minded if he came clean saying he doesn't have the money or financial capacity to pay and he was sorry. I would have let matters go without a hitch. I posted on other subreddit, Am I the Asshole, but started getting death threats. I feel like you guys
Jeez.
wouldn't mind this here. Oh my god.
Honestly, though, like,
Damn.
I kind of get it because, like, it's the principle of it where it's like, if he had just said, like, sorry, I don't have it right now. I genuinely can't make it happen right now.
Right.
And, like, be like, I really was just that desperate. But also, what do you expect to have happen? Once you go into possibly having a career in coding and you don't even know the basics, they're going to fire you because you don't know what you're doing.
Right, exactly.
So,
Um yeah.
and also, like, He blocked him. He literally was like, no, like, and then blocked him.
Like, I feel like, I don't know,
I
getting them
feel
deported is a little extreme,
that
but at the
was,
same
yeah.
time, like, dude committed and he
Yeah,
went. Props
I
to his
agree.
commitment level. However, I feel like you maybe could have picked a different type of revenge to commit to. Like, I don't know. It just seems like a little much, but at the same time, I guess props to you for going through with it.
Yeah, it's hard because, like, you know, you do something good for somebody and then they, like, really just kind of screw
Yeah,
you over completely. So at that point, I feel like you don't owe them anything at all. Um, and like on it, this dude honestly decided to just let everything get ruined over $400.
right.
Like, flip side, yeah, he went a little far over $400, but also the other side, you know, I don't know. It's hard. Like, just be honest, be accountable, like, and it probably wouldn't have happened. Because I bet you, even if he had said, like, after the fact, like, after failing the exam, be like, hey, I understand why you did that. I'm sorry it had to happen like this. He
Yeah,
probably wouldn't have been afraid of him, like, retaliating and wouldn't have tipped off the authorities. But also, those lines of communication were cut off by D in this case because he blocked him. I don't know. I think the deportation was a little far too, but
yeah, just a bit. It's okay
just a
though.
little.
Yeah,
Just a tiny
just a
bit.
little bit.
Just a little.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, but at the same time, like, I don't totally blame him for, like, getting revenge. Just not that far. Okay, so my next story is from Dave's Planet called Revenge on a Hacker. I feel like there's probably going to be something in here that I don't fully understand, but we're going to go for it. One day I get an email from a hosting provider telling me that attacks are being launched from our server and I need to look into it. I find that there is indeed a hacker in our server. He was using an app to anonymously control his bot network, among other things. I looked at the app he was using and discovered that it was an open source project. I then downloaded the code for this backdoor, modified it to log everything to a file, and replaced his app with my honeypot version. Over the next 6 months, I collected every scrap of information I could on this guy. I then used that information to take over many of his online accounts, including his main email account. That was the account where he had registered all of his services to, so I was able to issue password reset requests for everything he owned. I gained control of 6 other email accounts, 24 IRC accounts, his Facebook page, his dating profile, numerous websites, and the backup site he used for his cell phone. I have his phone number, his mom's number, and his girlfriend's number.
not the
I know
mom's
his.
number.
I know. I know. I know his address, his birthday, the schools he went to, even his favorite foods and music. After I took every single online account he has ever had away from him, I sent a nasty email to his ISP in an effort to extort yet more information from them. In that email, I said some very unkind things about the monarch of Indonesia and how I might smear the monarch publicly if I didn't get the information.
God.
The hacker disappeared immediately after that. I have looked for him at times over the last 15 years since, and he has not resurfaced. The Indonesian, I do not know that word. The Indonesian laws regarding insults to the monarchy are not to be trifled with. The prison term for such an offense is 15
Oh
years.
my god.
Maybe that's why you haven't seen it. Oh my god, that's so funny. Honestly, like, that's so genuinely funny because it's not like he did anything maliciously. It was just like, I know everything about you, so stop. Just
Right.
stop.
I really thought he was gonna just tell on this guy's mom, like telling him to his mom. That would have been Hilarious. It's like, I have your mom's phone number. Now what are you going to do, bitch?
Right?
Oh,
Oh my
Jesus.
gosh. That's so funny. Oh, he also put in an update. I did in fact use the wrong words to describe the Indonesian law. Indonesia has a president and there are several penalties for defaming him. I do know for certain this hacker was not resurfaced yet, though I cannot prove this was the cause. The current Indonesian criminal code criminalizes defamation of the president and vice president of Indonesia, inherited directly from similar laws in the Netherlands. This was then inherited by the new KUHP to commence in 2026, with threats of
Damn.
imprisonment from 18 to 54 months or a fine from RP 10 million or RP 200 million. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Oh, wow.
We love the Indonesian president.
Yes, we sure do. Um, I just think it's great that he kept checking in over the last 15 years.
Right?
Oh my god.
Gosh.
I love that.
You gotta be sure, I guess.
Yep. I mean, you gotta be thorough.
Right, exactly. Is if you're not thorough, then you're, you know,
Lacking.
right.
Slacking?
I
I
didn't
don't
have
know.
another
Both.
word for the end of that sentence.
You gotta do better.
I know I do. I'm sorry.
No. I meant like if you're
Uh,
I don't even know what the word like I don't even know the sentence you said at this point. My brain has already forgotten what exactly you said.
that's okay. My brain forgot what I said the second I said it.
Cool. Like I know I was
Jesus.
listening to you, but like I can't actually recall what it was
Speaking
you
of
said.
forgetting. Okay, this. So the TLDR for this next story says ex-fiance forgot he cheated on me and freeloads, so I marry his best friend. The
Oh my
actual
God.
title says my ex-fiance refused to respect my boundaries, so I married his best friend.
Love that.
Back in 2019, I had just moved my long-term partner into my house due to a series of poor life choices on his end. It had been a rocky relationship for most of its duration, but I was young and dumb. I believed this was him wanting to commit and truly start our lives. By early 2020, we were engaged. I was a full-time university student, sole caretaker for my mentally disabled mother, and taking care of the house and our pets. He worked a standard 40-hour-a-week minimum wage job and refused to help with any aspect of life. I found out on Christmas Day of 2020 he had been unfaithful and had, quote, forgotten to tell me. He was planning on leaving me but had informed everyone except for me because he was failing to secure a new residence. Apparently, his mistress, I'm changing the word there for, fuck it. Apparently, his fuck buddy didn't like him enough to let him move in. At this point, it was very sorry. At this point, it was very little love lost, and I expected he would be moving out within the coming weeks. Fast forward 3 entire months, and his search for a living place was non-existent, and he was acting more and more entitled. Clearly, by this point, he is unwelcome. He is an unwelcomed freeloader who has taken up residence in my living room. I was about to secure an eviction notice to get him off my couch. He began swiping Tinder with his phone volume loudly on. I told him not to do that in my presence, as it was highly insensitive to do in my home, and he could do it in private. This continued, so I told him I would sleep with one of his friends. It was said in a moment of anger and was more of an empty threat at the time. However, I am known for seeing goals through to their completion.
No.
I messaged the guy who was supposedly my ex's best friend and the best man for the wedding. It turns out he didn't even consider my ex a close friend, and my ex had acted similarly terrible to this guy previously as well. We bonded over our terrible experience, hit it off really well in general, and started dating. I was upfront about what the catalyst for me to reach out to him was. After 2 years of dating, we were married. He watched me graduate with the bachelor's degree my ex disliked. I'm halfway through my master's, and my husband works in a specialized, steady field that supports us. Last I heard, my ex got kicked out of his dad's house, never was able to officially date his side chick, and has not made any choices to better his life.
Oh my God. That's so funny.
Right?
I love that.
So the first comment thread says, it's hilarious that the side chick didn't even consider him worth more than the sex.
Right.
Probably because the sex was awful.
I mean, probably.
Right? Yeah.
But like smart on her because like say like with what OP was dealing with, like if you have someone move in like that and they are that bad, like usually if you have them as like an FWB, I was about to say whatever,
A
a
fuck
fuck
buddy?
buddy. If you have a fuck buddy, like the it's probably because there's something about them that you're not really like totally into, or you're not ready for that in your life yet, or just like mutually that's what you guys both want. It's not always the easiest to like have that turn into something real, but then also to like try and move in with your fuck buddy
Right.
is very like the audacity of this man.
There's
So
more,
like,
apparently.
oh my god.
I was just scrolling down the comments and I saw some from the OP.
Oh god.
So this one, we all want to know what happened when you and the best friend first started dating. What was the ex's reaction and how did you kick him out? And we spotted the ex tried to play the victim card and everyone around him told him to suck it up. He knew I was in the process of starting an eviction, so he decided to actually make arrangements to get out. Right?
Wow.
He left the week before we had our first date. I hadn't told him about the date beforehand either.
Nice.
Damn. I was kind of hoping he would have, like, I don't know, she would have, like, brought him home and he would have been, like, sitting on the couch and they just, like, walk in, you know, intense make out, slam the door, strip your clothes off all the way up the stairs to the bedroom kind of thing.
Right. Okay. Wait, so once you're done,
I've
I have
always
a funny
wanted
thing to
do
say.
that.
Me too.
Go ahead.
So this might be kind of shitty on my part, but when I ended things with my gaslighting ex, like 6 to 7 months later, I ended up dating one of his roommates, and like we had talked to him about it. He said he was fine with it.
Right.
But then I went over to their place to stay over with the roommate, new boyfriend, and like my ex was like a little like I think he told their like him and his other roommate that he was like a little like bothered by it and stuff. I'm like, well, you said it was okay, and also you treated me like shit, so
Right. If
eat
you're
my
going to treat people
ass.
like
I don't
shit,
know.
you have no right to be upset when they live their life without you.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, you're literally dating someone right now.
Right.
You don't get to be jealous, and
I
you don't get
remember
to
you
be
telling me
upset.
about that.
Yeah, no
Oh
regrets.
my god.
I was like, you know what? Good. I'm gonna rub it in a little bit, but then I just had to like stop going over there because everybody started hating me because he decided to not tell anybody that he was okay with it. So then people flipped out on me for like homie hopping, and I was like, okay, but like I didn't do it immediately after. This is like months and months later.
Right.
I have a better connection with him than I did with my ex. So why am I the bad guy here? Especially because we talked to him about it. And like the first time he'd like the roommate had asked, he said no. Fine, cool, left it alone. And then like months later, we were talking about it again,
Yeah.
and he asked again. And he's like, I feel like it'll probably work because he's actually seeing someone now. And when he asked, he said yes. So like, yeah. But whatever. The people that I lost friendships with like weren't the greatest people ever anyways, at least not to me. So like
Yeah.
there's no hard feelings about losing those friendships. But yeah. All right.
Fun
You ready?
stuff.
Yeah. You ready for my next story? All right. So this is from user 5155163. What a name.
Right? Best name ever.
Literally. titled "My Neighbor Liked to Clean." And then also has a tag under it. Sorry, not sorry. It was first posted in Petty Revenge, but I was told it belongs here. I thought I got nuclear, but my revenge was still petty. I'll let you be the judge of that. 2001, I had just moved to a quiet neighborhood where my children, 1 and 3, could play outside safely and grow up with neighborhood children. It was also nice for my cats, 3, to finally be able to run around outside. After the first week, it was our first garbage day. Everything neatly in closed bags and in our personal garbage container. In the morning, we had to place a container on the side of the road with the rest of the containers on our street. So it was there at 7, after which I started cleaning my house. I had a white floor because I liked it, and that way I knew for sure that it was clean. I mopped daily. I was still extremely clean at the time because of crawling children. Then I did the shopping, and when I got home, I was in shock after opening my front door. My entire hall was full of unknown waste. Pieces of glass, sharp metal lids, pieces of food, cartons, plastics, etc. Clearly stuffed through the mail slot. I already saw a number of neighbors looking at me expectantly behind their windows and in front of their house. It was clear that they knew more. After asking around, I was told who had thrown that garbage in my house. Conscious neighbor had done it with much fanfare. Something snapped inside me. A bomb in my frontal lobe, and all decency disappeared from my mind. Steam from my ears. I cleaned out the trash and put the kids in the living room. Then I cleaned the cat litter box. Normally I throw the entire contents in a bag, but now I was a bit more precise. I only scooped the shit and urine clumps out of the box and divided it evenly into 2 small bags. Those thin ones that tear quickly. Okay, side note, how come I keep getting stories that are talking about shit? Like, I feel like a lot of the stories that I've literally been telling to people or reading on Reddit have shit somewhere related with it.
I mean, that's just how it goes.
Truly. Anyways, I took the bags and went to the neighbor further down the street. I rang the doorbell and kept the bags behind me. The lady opened the door with a smug grin on her face. The door opened wide, and I could quickly see her hall. On the right, a carpeted staircase. On the left, the open door to the living room. The hall continued for another 1.5 meters to the back after the stairs and door, where the toilet was. Everything was super clean. I asked her devilishly calmly if she had put that waste through my mail slot. Her answer was yes, followed by the reasoning that because I was new here, that the loose waste that was lying around the placed containers must have been mine, because before we lived here that never happened. This was the moment that all the blood vessels in my eyes burst. The calm was gone. In a tirade of abuse, I made it clear to her that I had not been the polluter and that if she had any decency, she could have spoken to me instead of jumping to conclusions and dirtying my house and endangering my crawling children and animals by dumping that waste in my house like that. With the message that she liked to clean up so much, here, please. And I threw the 2 bags in her hallway. One against the corner of the stairs and the other on the doorpost of the living room. Everything, really everything, was covered in shit and the splattered clumps of cat urine. With a warning/promise that if she ever thought of doing something like that again, I would smash all of her windows, I turned around and went home. Everyone had
I am
seen and heard
screaming.
everything. I know. Never heard anything from that neighbor again. No one ever thought of doing something like that to me again. I can still enjoy the face she pulled when she saw the bags flying. It was shock, fear, indignation, nausea, and despair all at once.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Can
I'm
you
sorry,
fucking
but
imagine?
I'm so the odd. Why are so many people so like the audacity of so many people? Honestly, I don't fucking get it.
Was
To
audacious the
literally,
word you're looking for?
I think so, and I like had it in my mind, but I also knew that I might have fucked it up saying it. Anyways, um, the fact that you saw trash and litter and instead of picking it up and like going to that person's house and like holding it Be like, hey, I don't know if this was you, but this was trash around the area. It hasn't happened before. I just wanted to make sure it was known, blah, blah, whatever. To
You just
literally
shove it in their
in
mail
there.
slots.
There was shattered glass.
Right. Dude's got children.
Right. And like, that's so crazy to just be like, you know what? This is the appropriate response to
Right.
this.
Yeah.
That's
It's like,
so
oh,
nuts.
someone littered on the ground. Oh, I guess you know what that means. Must be the new guy. Let's go and just, kill some children today.
Right?
Like,
Oh my
my
God.
God.
It's crazy.
People are
Yeah.
crazy. I don't want to like them.
People, I don't either.
I cannot imagine being in a position where, like, I hope I never get to the point where I have to do something that would warrant posting on nuclear revenge. Like,
Part of me wants to, but then I'm also like, I don't want
see, I think it would be fun
something to
to do it.
happen. Yeah.
I just don't want the thing to happen to me first.
Right. I don't want the thing to happen to make me go nuclear.
Right. I would love to go nuclear just for the hell of it.
Right. But like the revenge part, I don't want to have to take revenge on anyone for anything.
Exactly.
Because
what I want
means,
to do?
Huh.
I want to go to one of those rage rooms.
Me too.
They seem like so much fun.
They do.
I love breaking shit.
Mm-hmm. There's something very cathartic about it.
Right? Mm-hmm. I wonder if there's one nearby.
I don't know. You could look into it.
Let's see. Ha. Oh, wait. That's in Buffalo.
Sorry.
Shit.
I knew it was going to be in Buffalo.
That's just the closest one to me.
Yeah.
Oh, this one says Niagara Falls, Ontario. Okay.
Oh, perfect.
Let's see. Price list. Y'all, we're going to go look at how much it costs to smash stuff.
Love that.
Let's see. Ooh, build your own package. Base cost is $15 per person. Add on as many dishes, keyboards, glasses, beer bottles, etc. as you want while controlling what you want to spend. Items start at $2 each. Ooh. BYOS, bring your own shit. $20 a person, 15-minute rage session. Bring your own 5-gallon bucket or milk crate with your own smashable items. $5 recycling fee for electronics he brought in. Rage and released. You get a crate of smashables, 15-minute rage sessions for $40.
Nice.
4 crates of smashables, $125 for 4 people for 15-minute rage session. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
1 case of beer bottles, 6 crates of smashables, 30-minute rage session, up to 6 people for $200.
Wow.
I need more friends. Right? And you can get box of mixed breakables, keyboards, mouse monitors, speakers, printers, TVs, wooden items, beer bottles, plates, cups, mugs, bowls.
Nice.
I definitely want to go now.
Yeah.
Just for the hell of it. You go for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You spend $15, you smash some shit, and you go to Denny's or something.
You go to Denny's.
Right. Get a milkshake.
Yeah.
Right.
And then, like, your day is immeasurably better.
Why do I want to go on a date to a rage room?
Honestly, same.
Right? That would be fun.
It would be.
All right, it's settled. I'm gonna find someone to go on a date with to a rage room.
I love that.
Yeah. Hopefully, I don't get injured or something. I feel like it's dangerous.
Yeah, but I also feel like they probably have their room set up in a way where like that's slightly mitigated. And just wear like decent shoes.
I have so many shoes to choose from.
Yeah.
I have way too many pairs of shoes.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've probably too many pairs of shoes because I have multiple thing, like of the same shoe in just different colors.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, it's fine. I don't have a problem. You have a problem.
I don't have a problem. You have a
Not you.
problem. Oh.
Them. No, that's
I
you.
thought you
Hold
were
on.
talking about me.
Wait, I don't have a point. You know what? I'm going to this.
Actually, I'm hiding. Oh my god.
I'm not the problem. You're the problem.
That's so funny. That was perfectly timed.
Oh my god. Well, yeah, I know. I'm clicking on it.
No, I know, but like it fits so well too.
You can't see me.
Oh my god.
I love these buttons.
Me too.
Oh.
I love hiding underneath my desk.
You know what I like doing? Where's the button? I like chilling.
There you go.
Right? Hold on. I'm turning myself the wrong way. Oh my god, what the fuck am I doing with my life? I think I broke myself.
Yeah, maybe.
Hi, I fixed it.
There you go. Good job.
Look at me go. I'm up close now.
Oh my god.
Now I'm far away.
I'm tiny.
I feel like one of those, when they like blur out the face and like give you like a really deep voice to like hide your identity. That's what this reminds me of.
I could see it.
I'm all floaty now.
Wow.
Ooh.
Anyways.
Okay.
Oh my god.
We're gonna end as a drawing.
Oh, cute.
This is actually super cool. I like this.
It is actually.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we will see you guys next week.
We shall.
Oh my god. Okay, did you watch Wizards of Waverly Place?
Not a lot of it, but some of it.
Oh my god. Wow, it was like my favorite show when I was a kid. There's an episode where there's a magic journal and they go inside of it and this is what everything looks like.
Cool.
Right?
Yeah.
Love it.
That is pretty cool.
Anyways, we'll see you guys next week.
Yes,
Bye,
we will see you
guys.
guys next week. Bye.